Hi guys, welcome back to D on the Couch. If you are new to my channel, you are very welcome. Please take a moment to subscribe and press the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos that I post. So anyway guys, today I'm having to record on my phone because I am having technical issues with the camera. That is to say that I'm alone at home and I don't know how to work the camera. Okay, so how I survive in this technology driven world is a mystery because I cannot work anything. But anyway, so apologies if the quality of the video is not as it should be. Um, so what did you guys do on this beautiful summer day? It was gorgeous outside. I went to the supermarket. I went to the park, then came back home and baked 2 cakes. One for my daughter to take to her friends tomorrow because they're gonna have lunch, or is it dinner or something? But anyway, one's for her, and one is for me and for a friend who is visiting tomorrow for a social distance dinner. So we will be sitting like 2 meters apart, and yeah, masks and maybe even a face shield. I don't know. So I just want to review a few things. Before lockdown, I did a vlog, and I said that we had only, this was around March, I think, and I said that we had only locked down for 2 weeks at the time, and so we were not yet feeling the pressure. It felt like being on holiday, except we just couldn't go anywhere. Fast forward to like a month and a bit, and then I began to understand why the whole world was going crazy. This thought of, not being able to see your family, friends, or go out whenever you wanted, or go to work, you lost your routine. I understood why everybody else was going crazy. But then again, fast forward to 3 months, is it now? It's become the norm. You wake up in the morning. If you're working from home, then you log on to whatever you need to, and or do whatever you need to, so work from home, take as many coffee breaks as you want. It has become the norm. So from feeling like a holiday and then being anxious about the change in your routine to now feeling like, well, this is what I know now. And I'm actually, if I'm to be honest, I would say that I'm anxious about finally returning to work. I think, is it September? The plan is for September, I think. Yeah, so I'm feeling really anxious. The thought of having to, wake up, not just wake up, but get up, get ready, and walk out that door and actually go into a space where you'll be with other people, when all this time you have been at home with only your family, or maybe seeing a few people here and there from a distance, you know. So yes, the first few days, or even maybe up to a week, it's going to feel massively weird. So yeah, so that's where we are, from that vlog in March to now, nearly mid-June. And and what was the other thing? Yes, it was online dating. So as you know from my I can't remember what the date was. I will find it and leave a link. I signed up to an online dating app. What was it? Bumbles, I think. And at the time, I did say that I was talking to somebody and it was going quite well. And now I'm saying it fizzled out. It kind of died a natural death. And this is because we've been messaging, for over a month or so. And you don't know when you're going to be able to see each other. I mean, I know that the rules have been relaxed a little bit now, but imagine going on a date with somebody and you're sitting 2 meters apart. You've probably got your your mask on, so you're having to scream across to each other. It's just not ideal. So it's nobody's fault. It just got boring messaging back and forth, without knowing when we would see each other at all. So yeah, so that's now done with, but I have not given up. I will try again when, the world is back to normal, whatever normal is. So I will give that another go because I'm actually serious this time. Okay, so those were the two things that I wanted to catch up on. And now the video takes me to a more serious topic. Obviously, we all know what's happening in the world right now, and I think that it would be irresponsible of me if I didn't say anything. And I'm not trying to pretend that I've got like this massive following, but I've got more than 100 people who tune in to listen to me. So there is a revolution happening, a civil rights revolution. And I am so proud to say that I am participating. I'm not just witnessing, I am participating. The first protest that I attended was on the 6th of June. It was in my locality, and it wasn't huge. It was about maybe 10, 15 people. And I had no plans to speak at that protest. I had not been asked beforehand to do so. But when the organizer asked if there was anybody who wanted to say something, I just so happened to be at the front. So I was kind of pushed, go and speak, So yeah, I found myself before this small crowd. And I took the mic and I asked them, why did we still have so much racism in our world? I wanted to know what we as grown-ups were teaching our children. Are we passing on our biases and prejudices, without even knowing? Or are some of us doing it knowingly to just perpetuate racism? I was heckled by one person, this white man. He said white lives mattered as well. So I had to stop my speech and address him. I told him this wasn't an issue of black people against white people. No, it never has been. It is about non-racist people against racist people. That's what we are. That's what we are about. We are not saying that we are better than white people. We're not saying that we want to be treated better than white people. No, that's not what Black Lives Matter movement is about. We just want to be treated the same. We are after equality, not revenge. We want to be treated the same. And why should we not be? So once I explained that to him, he seemed to calm down. And I had the chance to speak to him after the protest as well. And I asked him, tell me an instance where, of police brutality, where there was, an officer's knee on a suspect, shall I use that word? Yeah, a suspect's neck, to the point that they were literally begging for their lives. Give me one instance. He couldn't. So he went away understanding a bit more. So sometimes all it needs is education, especially when you can see that somebody is speaking from, a point of ignorance. And that's what it was in his case. He went away with that explanation. And then the second time I spoke at a protest was a week after that. But this time I was prepared. I knew that I was going to speak. I had written a poem entitled, "What Are You Teaching your children. But oh boy, when I got to the venue, it was in a park in town. I looked around and I went, wow, all these people, what have I let myself in for? But you know what? I had made a promise that I was going to speak. So it didn't matter to me how many people were there. I mean, there were loads. But yeah, so the organizer introduced herself and she greeted the crowd, thanked them for coming, and then handed the mic over to me. And my first sentence was, I am so proud to be living in this town right now. And as soon as I said that, I mean, they started clapping and cheering. And I thought, yes, the ice has been broken. Now I can run with it. So I read my poem, which was very well received. It was a very peaceful sitting protest. It was just beautiful to see everybody sat together, black, white, brown, young, old. It was just amazing. Now imagine if we could live like this on a daily basis. Imagine how beautiful, imagine how safe this world would be for everybody. I mean, racism is taught, it's a learned behavior. So we can teach love instead. It's doable. It's absolutely doable. I was so emotional. I mean, when I got home, I just sat down and thought, wow, what just happened there? It was just a beautiful thing to witness. I mean, there were cameras everywhere. The people from news stations, newspapers. It was incredible. It really was incredible. So I'm going to challenge you, my viewers. If you ever have a chance to speak up against bigotry, discrimination, injustice, please do so, because it's going to take all of us. It's going to take a lot of work for us to eradicate this virus, this racism that is worse than COVID-19, in my opinion. And the key for me is education. Educate, 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 and speak up whenever you can. It really will take all of us. Anywho, that's all that I have today. But yeah, I hope that you're all doing very well wherever you are. And yeah, I'm just enjoying my Prosecco. Normally, if my daughters were here and I needed a top up, I would just do this. But since I'm on my own, I'm having to actually get up and top myself up. What a life. Anyway, until next time, see you again on the Couch.